Good morning. This is Sara Satch with Posh Pooch Designs. If you've got your coffee, remember to clink in. I've got my fall cup and I'm wearing my fall hat. This is called my leaf jumper hat, and I really like it. And I hope that everyone will remember to clink in. I was freaking out a little bit this morning. I forgot some of the steps. And a funny story is my phone broke, so I was trying to get a hold of my husband, but I actually figured it out. I was really proud of myself. Well, anyway, good morning to everybody. Please clink in. We have a lot of fun things to talk about, but I thought first I'd start with a joke. Let me look at my notes here so I can get the joke right. All right. Are you ready for a good joke? What do you call the steps to a crochet project? I'm not going to give you the answer yet. I want you to think about it. It's corny. So anyway, our conversation today is going to be about this question. I got this question a couple of weeks back when Red Heart first came out with their ombre yarns. And then they also came out with some of their stripe yarns. And so I got this question, what is the difference? Good morning, Missy. Glad you're here. So I got this question and it said, what is the difference between an ombre and a gradient yarn? And so I got to thinking about that and I thought, well, you know, a lot of designers, nail polish people, people who do hair, clothing manufacturers, they use these terms interchangeably. But did you know they're really not the same thing? So I want to show you a picture real quick. I'm going to switch over to my lower camera. And if you look on this picture, this is a picture of me. And if you'll notice on the bottom of it, it's real light. And then as it moves up, it gets darker. And this is actually ombre. And ombre is where you go from light to dark or dark to light, but you stay within the same color family. And so that's why Red Heart calls their ombre yarns ombre. Each skein is within the same color family, like say teals or pinks or yellows or whichever they choose. This one I think is just called blues. But anyway, you can see it stays within the same color family that goes from light to dark. Take the paper off there. You can see some of the different shades in there, goes from light to dark, but it all stays within the same color family. All right, now let me show you this other picture. We'll go back to our other camera. Let me move this one. If you see this other picture, it came out a little bit shiny, but what I wanted to show you is at the top of this there are red and pink tones, and then as we move down it goes into blue tones. This is called gradient. Gradient is where you can take any colors, red, blue, purple, pink, yellow, orange, and you can make them move and blend from one color to the other, but it doesn't have to be in the same color family. And so this one at the top, you can see there's reds and pinks in there, and then as I moved the color down, it went to blue. So red and pink are not of the same color family, but they do blend together. And so that's where these other ones from Red Heart come into play. Now this one, I don't know if you can see that, but it has green and blue. And the way the stripe yarn works is it goes from one color to another, but it's not of the same color family. And you'll see this a lot in nail polish. Like I said, you know, the new hairdo style where it went ombre, that's ombre. But now that they have all the bright colors, you'll see like the red move into the blue or the pink or whatever. And so the bottom line difference is ombre stays within the same color family, where gradient moves from different color to color, but they blend. Unlike a lot of our new, like the pop yarns and the cake yarns, that's what I was thinking of. Those have abrupt color changes where it will be like green and then it stops, and then it'll have a long striping of yellow, and then that will stop, and a long striping of yellow or green or another color, and then that will stop. Those are not gradient, they're just long color changes or stripes, long stripes. But just to reiterate, ombre is where it moves from one color to another within the same color family, light to dark or dark to light. And these new ombres from Red Heart are one of my favorites, and I haven't used this blue one yet, so I'm saving it for a special project. And then, of course, the other Red Heart, which is called the Stripes, they don't stay within the same color family. This is probably the wrong one to bring because you can't see the green and the blue. But they don't have abrupt color changes. They move smoothly and blend to the next color. Like the cakes have this abrupt color changes. And so that's the difference. And I hadn't really thought much about it until I got the question. Because one of the things, I love the cake yarns that have the abrupt color changes. I think they're fun. And a lot of people don't care for those because it is such an abrupt color change. And so if you're more into ones that move smoothly to the next color, you might want to try ones that are similar to the Red Heart Stripes. Now the new Red Heart Stripes, I did find that I had some old Red Heart Stripes that were from about 3 years ago in my yarn stash, and I've been using them and I really like them, but they're different. They're not like the new ones. And of course the ombre is my favorite. Another reason this came up is I was out at a store, it's called Tuesday Morning, and I located some of these, and they call them gradient yarns. And they're not. They're actually ombre, because you can see, there it is. It moves from dark to light within the same color palette or color family. They move from dark to light, but I bought them, and it's a really good price. This is Premier Yarn. You can see that up there. And you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeins. And you can see that it's only $4.99, and they're originally, I think, $9.99. Let me look at that. Yeah. So it's a great thing if you want to make you a quick, like, say, scarf or hat that has that ombre look. You can. Now, the difference in those is when you do it with skein by skein, you are going to get a little bit of an abrupt color change instead of how it moves smoothly the way these do. So keep that in mind when you try to do it that way, which is a great way to do it. It works fantastic. Those are great yarns. These are all worsted weight number 4 anti-pilling acrylic. So these are good yarns. It's just not really gradient. The truth is it's not really gradient and it's not really ombre because it doesn't move smoothly. Although those are fun to do and they work great. So it's just kind of a little bit different. And I bought 3. I bought the red, the blue, and the purple. And then a friend of mine showed me they had orange and yellow, so I may have to go back and get those. So, you know, that's kind of fun. But anyway, I hope that answered your question. I think her name was Deborah that asked me originally. I hope that answered your question and that you understand the difference between an ombre and a gradient yarn. I love them all. I love them all. I love them all. You know that. I love yarn. Okay, so that's just a quick little talk on that. I hope you all have remembered to click in. I've got my new hat on. This is what I call my leaf jumper hat. It's just a basic hat. It's got, you know, the band. It's got some crossovers. And I called it the leaf jumper because I think it's a perfect hat to wear when you're out raking leaves and jumping in piles of leaves. Missy says she has yet to get her hands on that new yarn. You know, every time I go to Walmart, I don't really shop yarn at Walmart, but I do always swing by the yarn. And I have found tons of the Super Saver stripes, but I have yet to see the ombre at Walmart. And you can get it online, but the last time I tried to order it was out of stock because it's so popular. So keep trying. I've never seen it at Hobby Lobby, I've never seen it at Joann's, and I've never seen it at Michael's. Only at Walmart, which is interesting. So, but keep looking. It's a really popular yarn. They're probably having trouble keeping it in stock. So keep looking. So I want to talk to you about another yarn that I located this week. I was at Walmart and I noticed that they had some of these. And if you don't know what this is called the Top This Thing hat. And it's a mixture of yarn. There we go. I went the wrong direction. It's a mixture of yarn, and then it has a little topper. And I thought, these are on clearance, $3.23. Surely I could make some hats for my grandkids. And so what I did is I bought this kitty once. I thought my granddaughter would love it. Well, I'm so disappointed because there really isn't enough yarn to make it long enough to fit her head. I think these would probably work best for a baby. And so I may have to, I'm thinking about going back and getting another one and maybe just adding a second little, I don't know, something to it. But I was really kind of disappointed in that yarn because I love yarn finds. I love to find when something is on clearance and then I can make something really cool out of it. And you know me, I never make what it's supposed to be. I always make something different. And so hopefully I can come up with a different idea. I might even take this one out and make it into a cow, you know, because it's just not long enough for her head. It's cool, and I think the kitty is adorable, but it's just not long enough for her head, and she's only 5, and so, you know, and I wasn't going to use the flower on this one because I thought that looked like Spider-Man colors, so we'll see. But that's something that I found this week, that if you're looking for something like that, these are great to make if you're going to donate to for children at Christmas time. They are great to make because, you know, kids love that sort of thing with the little doobie thing on the top. So, oh, my leaf, it's on this side. That's a pattern I did last week. It's a new free pattern that I did last week. It's just the fall leaf, autumn leaf, I think, pattern. So anyway, sorry if I keep looking over. I keep looking at the comments to see what people are saying. I'm trying to keep up with the comments this week. A couple of weeks ago I was unable to see the comments, and I'm so glad I can see the comments now with my new setup. So okay, so anything new this week? I talked about this leaf jumper hat's going to be coming out this week, and we are kind of doing some catch up with the new program. We were doing some testing and I put out a few test videos. Some of them were liked, some of them were it's okay. So anyway, this last week I went ahead and did the video for the football can cozy, and this one I just did in the Dallas Cowboy colors with just a solid green, and then the original one was the Broncos one. And that's just a fun little can cozy. It's a great little gift you can give someone, maybe a stocking stuffer at Christmas. So that's new this week, and I'm hoping to be able to get, I did the, oh, I have totally lost my train of thought. The Loveland headband, we did that last week. And then I'm hoping to be able tomorrow, the next day, to be able to get the Loveland scarf ready for you guys for the video. So anyway, that's our video this week. Did you figure out the answer to the joke? All right, I will say it again. What do you get? I read it wrong. Let me read it again. What do you call the steps to a crochet project? You ready? Ba-bump ching, a chain of events. The chain of events. All right, so anyway, that's our video for today. I hope you learned a little bit about ombre and gradient yarns. And don't panic if you can't find them out there. They're out there. And they're just so popular, they are a little hard to find, but keep checking around. And sometimes you can just call the stores and they can tell you if they've got them. So anyway, thank you all for being with me today. I hope that, like I said, you learned something about ombre and gradient yarns, and that you have a wonderful, wonderful week.